jumping into our second semifinals, and we're loading into, I'm a little bit surprised, for the first time tonight, into Emerald City. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have our brand new duo here. We have our Polish Zerg player, we have our blue Protoss, we have our duo between SKillous and Elazer. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have our red duo. We have our red team here, the reigning 2v2 champions for the month of January. We have Spirit alongside MaxPax. We go. We have Spirit, we have MaxPax. And again, a big reason why Terran and Protoss are considered to be one of the strongest, if not the strongest, kind of duo that you can form in this matchup is, one, they provide a lot of utility, a lot of support, especially the Protoss army, whether it comes to Storms, when it comes to Disruptors, Colossus as well, or you can also kind of take to the skies and kind of get out of each other's hair, where you have the Terran player focusing on a ground-based army and the Protoss focusing on an air-based army instead. And you're able to have a bit of an easier time engaging and positioning and repositioning and going for these big fights. As we saw in the previous game, Trigger, he was very freely kind of like maneuvering between the armies and between the flow of the battle as well. Whereas with two ground armies, then it takes a lot more setup here to really make it work. And likewise, double Zerg, that really, I don't know, their cohesion isn't as there, I should say. Not as much. Which is why I was excited to see a double Zerg team. It's very exciting. It's a rare sight. And I hope both Sterile and Zugaland commits, and I hope we get to see them again in March. Hope to see more of them. For now, though, we're settling in, and we'll see if we do end up going for anything other than a Stargate opener. Keep our eyes open. Likewise, I'm curious to see how Elazer and SKillous do approach this. I know that Elazer and SKillous, they brought down the Gabe team, the big Gabe team, in the lead up to the semis. They did bring Gabe down. Meanwhile, Stargate opener here out of MaxPax shouldn't be much of a surprise. And ooh, a Twilight Council out of SKillous. Okay, working towards Blink. You have my attention. Interesting. So a Blink-based opener here out of SKillous instead. Meanwhile, Elazer just going Hatch Gas Pool into a third. Elazer is known for greed, for the most part, known for greed, known for being very economic. As SKillous, he does actually completely deny the add-on. Very nice. The reactor was built, but alas, is denied. So nice pick up here from SKillous. Probe is going to be cleaned up, and this will delay Spirit. He attempts to get into his own 1-1-1, third CC on the way. Very greedy, actually. Third CC before Starport. So SKillous being very economic. From here, could even try to go for the gold. We'll see if he does. As that command center, I believe, was out of vision. Yeah, it wasn't seen, wasn't scattered. Gas is now being taken. Still droning up. We're skipping link speed. This tells us that most likely we're going to be going into Roaches. Roach Horns on the way into Fast Lair. So Elazer committing into Roach Ravager, and meanwhile we have SKillous committing into Blink Stalkers. Into that Blink. As a reminder, we shouldn't really be seeing much aggression out of Spirits. Remember, fast third CC, so it's going to take a while for him to really come online. Getting to Bio, not Mech. Going to be harassing with a Hellion. Adepts have arrived. We'll see what they can get done. He shades in towards Elazer, getting a drone. Drone goes down. Oracle towards SKillous. SKillous is keeping up. Oh my god, the Hellion shot! Jesus! Hellion volley goes off and drones are going down. Shading into the main, getting another drone as well. Or he's trying to. Stasis going up. Catches out 2 probes, and as the dust does settle, that was 7 drone kills for 2 Adepts and a Hellion. Very well worth it here for the red team. Getting 7 drones and just getting 7 drones and 2 probes. Very nice value. Behind this, now we have Link Speed on the way. Now we're going into Ling Roach Ravager. Elazer's trying to recover. Elazer, he's not droning. Oh. He's not joining. He's not joining up. He's not saturating. He's making more lings. He's pushing. Elazer is going to commit. He has taken too many losses, and he's going to go for an all-in at this point. And SKillous, does he join him? SKillous, how many gateways? 2 more gates on the way. Going for a 5-gate setup on 2 bases. There's a proxy pylon to reinforce, and they spot the pylon. Pylon gets spotted. They confirm no saturation. Nice scout here from MaxPax. That was what the ping was for. They know it's an all-in. They know it's an all-in. Stasis traps on the way. Bunkers, tank lines. They know what's coming. But knowing it's off the battle. Can they defend? Can they survive? Massive tank shots going up there. I mean, this ramp is brutal. Oh my god. The ramp is insane. And they cannot push up this ramp. It's just a meat grinder here. But, I mean, there's no transitioning out of this. They shut down the Stalkers. Again, MaxPax going Mass Phoenix. Limited anti-air. Going for the Ravagers as well. 1 Phoenix goes down. And they're still walling up. Again, the Elazer, he cannot join from here. Not anymore. He knows it. That's why he's going pure ling. There's no macroing from here. Will deny the 3rd. Denies the 3rd expansion. We have a proxy 6th gate here from SKillous. Goes to the blink, goes to the dive. Where are the Phoenixes? Phoenixes are across the map. Spirit, he's on his own. Tanks are going down. Bunkers are under fire as well. It's a 2v1. And SKillous, he needs help. Sorry, Spirit, I mean. Spirit needs help. MaxPax, where are you? He's across the map. Getting some damage. Boys are being pulled. Trying to repair. But the piles are brutal. And again, the bunker will fall. There's 1 bunker left. The cannons are helping. There's some support. But Spirit, he's falling. Yeah, he's being broken. And now the Phoenixes race back home. But the damage has been done. MaxPax, you abandoned your boy. Oh my god. He just left Spirit alone. And Spirit, he lost all the tanks. He does maintain some of his Marines, true. And the Phoenixes, they will lift. They will lift up the Stalkers. They will shut them down. And a GG gets called. They do hold. They survive. MaxPax and Spirit. Whew, they will take game 1. GG. Oh my god. It was a shaky defense is what I will say. It would have been a stronger defense if MaxPax was at home. Alas, he moved out across the map, took a risk, was getting some drones, but I mean, negligible damage as it was already an all-in to begin with. And yeah, it was a bit of a shaky defense, but a defense nonetheless. Defense nonetheless, they hold in the end. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax and Spirit, they take game number 1. Whew. They do take a lead in the series, and we'll see if Elazer and SKillous can bounce back. Here we go. We'll see if they can bounce back. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Crimson Research Lab for the second time here tonight, we have our Protoss and Zerg duo. We have Elazer. Oh, sorry, we have our Team Liquid duo. I can't believe I didn't notice that. But yeah, we have our Team Liquid. It is Elazer and SKillous. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have their opponents. We have the Terran and Protoss duo, the Storm duo, I should say. It is Spirit and MaxPax. Again, for a long time, they were both on Storm Gaming. It was, I want to say last year. It was last year where Spirit did leave Storm and he joined Na'Vi. But again, they're still quite good friends and they're still quite close. If you remember, Na'Vi and Storm, they actually partnered in the last season of WTL. So Spirit was still kind of playing alongside Storm, even despite leaving his team as well. So still, I'm sure, a very good relationship between the two. And that continues here, even in the 2v2s. Here we go. So do you have our openers? Interesting. A hatch pool opener here out of Elazer. Delayed gases. And I'm curious if we are going to be delaying our gases even further here. Are we going for a gasless opener? We are. Very greedy build here from Elazer, going hatch pool into hatchery before any other gas geyser. Oh, assuming he rallies out. For now, still just droning up. I mean, still no gases. Across the map, Skillous being as annoying as possible. Forcing the CC off center. And that ping was from MaxPax. Yeah, he notices. Yeah, he does notice gasless. Sorry, gasless style. Now, this does mean that Elazer 1, he's cutting a little corners. He's being very greedy. He is going to be vulnerable as a result. Or I say vulnerable. He can't be as assertive. There's going to be no speedlings, for example, to harass across the map. Which means you could argue that MaxPax and Spirit can be greedy as a response as well. And go for faster third bases. Yeah, there's the third hatchery. Yeah, so it is gases. I assumed that it was going to be a bit of an earlier third hatchery, but, I mean, third hatchery nonetheless, before any gas is being taken. Very greedy build here by Elazer. We have our tech of choice, once again, Stargate from MaxPax, and once again, Twilight Council from Skillous. We assume that MaxPax is going to be playing Phoenixes again, and we assume that Skillous is going to be playing Blink Stalker. Do assume. Meanwhile, Spirit going for a 1-1-1. As a reminder, last game, Spirit was much more economic. He had gone for a third TC, a much faster third command center, I should say. This time going for a 1-1-1 proxy starport into Hellion drop. Okay. So it looks like their answer to the greedy build of Elazer is to try to punish him. It's to punish that greed. Medevac is going to be on the way. Hellions are rallying across the map. And we'll see what Spirit can get done. Yes, just to reiterate once again, this is a replay cast, so no predictions are available in the chat. No predictions, no gamba. Not here. Again, these matches did occur a couple of days ago. Earlier last week. And we are going to be covering it via replays. We were there at the time, but again, we were, of course, working behind the scenes, adminning, making sure it ran as smoothly as possible. As we do have the Hellion drop into the main base of Skillous. Play reaction. Probes. Oh my god, they're lining up! Oh no! Oh my god, massive connections. Probes are going to be going down. And how many so far? 7. 7 probe kills and counting. Adepts shade in. More drones falling, even from the high ground as well. LA's taking a lot of hits here, taking a lot of losses. Drones going down left and right. And Spirit, he's not done. He drops into the mineral line. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is getting out of hand. It's becoming too much here. Oh my god. Losing how many? 25? So he's not done. Oh, someone stop this man. Stop him. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. He's already dead. Oh my god. 20, almost 30. Almost 30 drones for what? For 4 Hellions. Only 4 Hellions and a Medevac as well. Medevac does get hunted down. But a very nice run by. It wasn't just the 29 drones, it was the 10 probes as well. Of course, it wasn't a Adept that was supporting. But a very strong start here for the blue team. Very strong start. Lair now on the way here at 5 minutes from Elazer. He is re-droning. So I assumed after losing 29 drones, typically we see an all-in. Typically we see a commitment. But the problem here is that what are we all-inning with? Like, Elazer, he has no link speed. He has no link speed. He has no road running. He has nothing. He has only drones and queens. That is all he has. Like, it is insane greed. I mean, that's Elazer. Here's Elazer as the MaxPax does dive in, catching out some of these stalkers. Stalker's going to be falling. MaxPax pulling away. We'll see if Skillous can stabilize. I say Skillous, he's closer to stabilizing here. We'll see if Elazer can. And as Elazer is going into Spire, interesting. Going to Spire Tech. I mean, he's already aware of the Mass Phoenix, so this looks like Corruptor out of Elazer. Interesting. Looks like Corruptor. Oh, I think this explains. There was someone earlier in the chat that was talking about how we saw Corruptor against Phoenix against MaxPax. I think they had confused Elazer with Sterile. That explains it. as Corruptors would make the most sense here. MaxPax, he scouts the Spire. He is aware. And Elazer should be going to Mass Corruptor. And that would be a good way to deal with the Mass Phoenix, of course. As Corruptors are tankier, they're more robust. They're less mobile, of course. That is true. They are less mobile. It's building up. Phoenixes, they do hit the mineral line. Catching out a couple of workers. 4, 5, 6 drones going to be going down. I mean, I'm most impressed here by Elazer's game state. He's down to 38 drones. Oh, sorry, he lost 38 drones. Crazy. Down to 73. Now, this is something that Elazer's known for. If you've been watching the channel, you would know for the past, what, like 5 years? Elazer, he likes losing drones. True. Like, he is insanely greedy as a player. And we've seen him lose like 40 drones and still win games. Like, it's great. And not even all in, just recover economically. The reason for this is because of how greedy he's been. I referred earlier how we saw no tech and no link speed and just nothing here out of Elazer. It's because it's been purely droning. Which means, yes, he's been losing a lot of workers, but he just replaces everything with just pure drone. Now Corruptors have arrived. They shut down the Medivacs. They zone away the Phoenixes. As Clemmy does target down as many drones as he can. Once again, getting up to how many? 51 drones! Let's go! 51 drones have gone down. Elazer is pulling in Elazer. Let's go. Oh my god. More Stargates, more Phoenixes on the way for MaxPax. Meanwhile, SKillous getting to a ground-based composition. Skytoss on the way, actually going to Carrier. This I'm less certain of. Now again, MaxPax, he knows that the Zergler is going Mass Corruptor. This is greedy. This is a bold move here from MaxPax. Whereas otherwise, something that would shut down Mass Corruptor would be Mass Void Ray. So this is a risk here from MaxPax. It's a risky maneuver. Elazer diving into the main. And Elazer, he does confirm the carriers, and this should just prompt him to just make more Corruptor. He sees the attempted sky toss. He knows what's going on. From here he can build up. She's making 4 carriers in a mothership at a time. It's a lot of carriers. The one thing that I would want to see here from Elazer, as he just now begins the hive, so a very late hive from Elazer, would have been Corruptor Viper. Like, Corruptor Viper would completely shut down MaxPax. As he's trying to keep up. Ooh. Does once again zone away those Phoenixes. Does zone them back. Does zone them away. Ooh. Again, just picking more Phoenixes down to how many? 15 Phoenixes, not too many. Throughout all this, we do see that Spirit has been building up his bio, building up his Marines, going pure Marine tank, actually. This is a very fragile composition here, especially against all this splash damage against Mass Colossus. We should be expecting more Marauder, but no, just Mass Marine. Now getting to Ghost for EMPs. SKillous moving in, he sees the army. Tanks no siege though. Yeah, nice siege line. Colossus trying to dive in. Archons, they tank those shots. And the Skytoss army is just going to completely crumble here. MaxPax being far too greedy, going to Carrier too soon against Mass Corruptor. Meanwhile, the Marine army just crumbles before the lasers. The lasers, they pop up, they mow through spirits. And mate, we break through the main army. There's nothing left here. The Phoenixes, they do nothing. There's 2 carriers left. That's what the Corruptors are for. And MaxPax is completely shut down. And again, MaxPax, he was aware of what was happening. He was aware of what was going on. Just overconfident. And lacked by spirit. I mean, I mean, the Marines, they just fall over. They just topple over. Oh my god. As skills, the Colossus, they reign supreme. I would have to assume that maybe, I would have to assume that MaxPax assumed that his army would be safe with all those Marines. Would be safe against the Corruptors, but alas, caught off guard, caught out of position. He was not actually protected by the Bio army. And with that Skillous Elazer, they break it through. They've broken through the bases, getting on top of the gold, getting on top of the planetary. Marines, they do stim in. Up. Catching out a couple Corruptors. Nice stasis. Stasis pops off. And they're just going to keep pushing. They're going to keep pushing forward here towards the bases of MaxPax. It's moving in. Boys trying to be evacuated. They run into the Archons. No! The Archons, they shut down the mineral line. Corruptors, once again, they just dive on the carrier. Now we see Void Ray, but it's too late. It's too little too late here. Void Rays that were necessary earlier. It's a late reaction out of MaxPax. Now going to mass Void Ray, which would have been the answer sooner. Corruptors, they do dive back here to the safety of the Stalkers. The Stalkers, the Archons. And alas, Skillous and Nikita, they do it. Sorry, Skillous and Elazer. They do it, they break through. Mothership has arrived. Gotta be focused down. GG gets called, and we are going to the ace match. As the series is gonna be tied up 1-1. GG. GG, well played. We are tied up. We're going to game 3. Whew, and again, a really intense game there. Elazer had a very rough start. Remember, he lost 29 drones. 29 drones went down, but because specifically for Elazer, like the reason why it makes sense and how he gets away with it is because Elazer, he's not making lings, he's not making roaches, he's not actually making anything out of his bases other than drones. He just fully committed to just pure droning, and in 2v2 you can get away with it because he was relying on Skillous to defend, relying on Skillous to keep up, to deflect, to protect the bases, and Skillous, he pulled it off. He did pull it off. Elazer was able to recover despite losing so many. He lost 51 drones getting into the mid game, which was insane. Didn't matter. Just make more drones. Just make purely drones, and with that, Elazer was able to maintain himself, got into Mass Corruptor, and of course we saw how it ended. Again, MaxPax just being greedy in his response, and with that, we're going into the ace match. Let's go. We're getting into game 3. We'll see how this goes. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Yellow Jackets. Ooh, I believe for the first time tonight, we have our red team. We have our duo, our Team Liquid duo. It is Elazer and Skillous. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have their opponents. We have the Protoss and Terran. We have the Xi-Storm duo, if you will, MaxPax and Spirit, the reigning January champions. And we are tied up 1-1. We're here in the ace match, and I don't think I've ever casted on this map before, I'll be honest. Okay. Yellow Jacket, we have shared main bases. We have somewhat shared naturals as well. Multiple entry points, though, towards that natural. Here towards the top side, here towards the south side as well. No pocket expansions, bear that in mind. But really interesting terrain here. Let's go. We have the Wasp, or the Bee. Let's go. The Yellow Jacket. Beautiful. As our players do move out. Just for scouting. So far, standard openers. And this time, speaking of standard openers, ooh, we have a hatch gas pool here. No gases to opener, not this time by Elazer, which means link speed, which means nowhere near as greedy. Nowhere near as greedy. So Elazer taking a different approach this time. Should that coin flip? Not at all. Not, not at all. It was, again, just MaxPax. Just cutting corners, not respecting the corruptors enough. And likewise, again, Skill's doing a great job at protecting Elazer, allowing him to recover. Now here we go, we have our initial openers. Just our gate expands, hatch gas pool. Both layers building up. And we're settling in. And now once again, we'll see if Spirit goes for another faster third TC like we saw in game 1. We'll see if MaxPax commits into Stargate. The answer is yes. A Stargate opener out of MaxPax. Looking to go into, I would imagine, Mass Phoenix again. I mean, Mass Phoenix is kind of like one of the go-to strategies here in 2v2. Is one of the go-to compositions. Once again, SKillous going Twilight Council. Mate, SKillous, he's gone Twilight Council every game in this series. I'm a little bit surprised. Considering the meta of 2v2, like, is what I mean. Stargate plays the go-to is the standard. Not Twilight Council. As we just see, ooh, interesting, Spirit going for an aggressive build, going for a 1-1-1. Yeah, it's going to be a starport before the third TC. Very aggressive. And with this, we can go for Banshee. Yep, there it is. There's a Tech Lab into an Atom Swap into Banshee play. So Oracle harass into Banshees. Overlord dives in. Elazer, he does confirm the Stargate. And Elazer, he also... a little bit further. Almost. He almost confirms the 1-1-1. Doesn't see everything yet. Elazer a little bit in the dark. He pulls away. Pulls away. He doesn't see the add-ons. He doesn't see the add-on swap. Ay, ay, ay. And they don't know. Now, they are getting ready for harass anyway because of the Oracle. True. So there should be spores in position. Meanwhile, MaxPax hard switching out of Phoenixes. He makes one Phoenix, cuts Phoenix production, and goes into a Twilight Council. Very interesting. Okay. A bit of a fake out here. So MaxPax faking out his opponents. Oh. Lings are going to be roasted. Spirit pulling away. Does pull back. Distract the main army. Adepts into the mineral line. Probe's going to be going down. I think how many so far? 4 probes. 4 probe kills. Stasis in the main. Good damage. Nothing major, nothing game ending, but good damage nonetheless. Hell is a bust into the probe mineral line as well. Oof, getting another volley. 6 probe kills in total. Only 2 probes, so not as impactful here. Not as much value. But the Cloak Banshees are gearing up. And you can see here that Elazer is pulling back those Overlords expecting Mass Phoenix, when really it's Mass Stalker instead. So I just really love how MaxPax is playing this out, just because he has a reputation, right? Like Mass Phoenix, we've seen it so often, whether it was in last month's tournament, whether it's in this tournament as well. And Elazer and Skillous, they're still trying to figure out what's going on. We have our lair on the way. Looks like Elazer's going Ling Hydra. Meanwhile, Skillous is going Blink Stalker into a more robust gateway composition. So standard setup here from Skillous. Ling Hydra out of Elazer. The red team is still not fully aware as to what's going on. Still waiting for their lair. I'm hoping that Elazer doesn't go into Spire. Like, I'm assuming this should be Ling Hydra, 100%. If we see a Spire, then we're going to be in trouble. Okay, there we go. Ling Hydra. Thank God. Hydra then is on the way. Into an infestation pit. This should be to head towards Lurker Tech. But there's a big window. There's a big window here where Elazer, where the red team is going to be vulnerable to an attack. And the question becomes, when is the attack coming? Second Robo. Sorry, first Robo. Robo's on the way. This should be for the Warp Prism to move out across the map. Wing Stalkers are revealed. Big Scouts. Now he knows. If they went away earlier, they now confirm. It is not Phoenixes. And we need to prioritize these lurkers as quickly as possible against this ground-based setup of Spirit and MaxPax. MaxPax, he's rotating. And he's rotating over. So far, keeping up. Siege lines are being set. And I assumed that we were building up towards an earlier push, but the answer is no. Spirit, he's taking his third base. He's fully walling up here, cutting the map in half, essentially, with siege lines, with sensor towers as well. Fully walling up. MaxPax is being adventurous, but he can afford to do so with Blink Stalkers. They can just poke in. Clear up creep, and we are getting into a pretty passive mid game here. Both armies are gearing up. We're going to be seeing a robo-based composition here from SKillous going into Colossus, and lurkers are still on the horizon here for Elazer. Still getting there. MaxPax is moving in. Lings going to be shut down. Shuts down the Lings. Hydra's trying to hold their own. Where are the lurkers, by the way? And without lurkers, Elazer, he cannot hold on here. Colossus has arrived. Lurkers being morphed in. And again, did Elazer wait too long to morph in these lurkers? 5 lurkers now on the way. Elazer, he was waiting for his hive upgrade before making any. Drop into the main. Drop into the main base. Lurkers, they still need more time. Oh my god. As lurkers are here just in time, they're walling up, they're holding the line. Zealot is getting ready. Jump gets forced back. Pushing into the tank line, this I'm less certain of. Oh my god. Yeah, massive tank shots going off on the Hydras. Lurkers, they do burrow in time, and they break through. SKillous Elazer, not pretty. They take a massive stasis to the face, but they break through the main army. As that happens, drop into the main. Drop in towards that 4th base as well. And this is distracting SKillous. Oh, SKillous, he's turning everything back around. Yeah, he turns back around. The Master Hatchery from Spirit doing well. Takes down a base, takes down a mineral line. Hatchery is under fire. Can he get it? Up, he can. Barely can. As we see, SKillous and Elazer, they're trying to keep on pushing. They were distracted. They move back over. They rotate. Another massive stasis on the lurkers. And they're not getting any ground. They're not gaining any ground here. As the Nexus barely survived. Another double coming in. Lurkers are exposed. 1, 2, 3 lurkers going down. Elazer and SKillous are getting picked apart here. And the final lurker falls. SKillous, he kites really well. Does kite well. Does protect the ramp. Does defend the northern bases, but oh god, the Zealot Realm might just keep going. The Zealot Warpins, I should say. They keep hitting the main bases. Once again, MaxPax and Spirit pushing in. This time, SKillous out of position. And the bases are going to fall. Bases are going down. SKillous, he's over on the right-hand side, not where he needs to be. And Elazer, he will lose both expansions. Brutal losses here for Elazer. Losing 2 bases, losing all these overlords. Dropping the main base, popping up. And the red team, they're being pulled apart. Elazer specifically is being pulled apart. And he's going for the base trade. He sends everything across the map. Everything down mid. Oh. MaxPax with the intercept. Nice catch. Yeah, trading well against MaxPax. Sorry, SKillous trading well against MaxPax. MaxPax, she shuts him down. Nice abduction. Yeah, Colossus is going to be falling one after the other. Very nice fight here from Elazer and SKillous. They fight well, but back at home, there's no economy. Like, they have to keep going. Rushing into Ghost. Snipe's going to be slowing Elazer down. Keeps pushing in. Keeps going. Moving in towards that natural. MaxPax trying to keep up. Lurkers are set. Another 2 lurkers going down. Colossus, we need you! The Colossus! They're lagging behind. Yeah, some rough A moves here from SKillous. Colossus, they just waste DPS here on the buildings. They now come into play after the Zerg army goes down. As this, what, there's 1 lurker left. Nice catch on the mineral line. XCB's falling. MaxPax now coming in. That 1 lurker's helping out. But here come the Zealot reinforcements. And SKillous, he's on his own. He's microing his heart out. He pulls back, but GG gets called. Elazer has nothing left, and SKillous, he taps out as well. GG! MaxPax and Spirit, they take the series at 2-1. GG, well played. MaxPax and Spirit, they will claim the series here. Again, Elazer, he was fighting by himself. Like, they were doing well for themselves. Like, they were forced all in, of course. They were forced all in. Elazer and SKillous were pushing through into the natural. And Elazer was fighting by himself. He had like 6 lurkers pushing in. The Colossus, they were left behind. And with that, the lurkers were cleaned up. There was 1 lurker left after that initial fight. And alas, the red team, they ran out of steam. They were overwhelmed. GG. GG, well played. I'll be honest, I think if there was a little bit more attention to detail to those main armies towards the end, I think potentially the red team could have broken the natural and gone into the main and then camped the production. I think it would have been possible. Would have been difficult, but possible there. Regardless, GG. Regardless, GG, well played. Whew. In the end, MaxPax and Spirit, they make it to the grand finals once again, and we have a repeat. We have a repeat. We have a rematch here. We have another finals between Clem Trigger, MaxPax, and Spirit. 2 months in a row. 2 months in a row, we've seen them face off time and time again. Of course, it was last month in January that MaxPax and Spirit, they were our champions. They are reigning January champions. Can they do it again? Can Clem and Trigger fight back? Let's go.